Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. Um, I'm a lucky person. I'm just going in between two rain showers, I believe, and it's great to stay dry if I talk to you on my videos. But yeah, you just have to see for what it is. Sometimes the weather is what it is. It's the end of autumn, so yeah, the weather gives us what it gives us. You can't do anything about that. And it's the same actually of what I was thinking about at the same time. Like you have to sometimes see for what things are really, and that's just and accept it for what it is. And and I believe some moments are there that you have to stop seeing things through pink glasses, and things will fall more into its place, and you'll be more clear about it. And but many times it's just a question of how clear do you want to see things, or would you like to stay and watch the world from behind your pink glasses, which is also fine, of course. But I think there comes a point that you have to acknowledge that it isn't what you think it is. It isn't what you hoped it is. Sorry, and it will never be what you want it to be. And if you can get yourself around that one, then things will get better for you. I believe so, and I have experienced it with as well. And that is what my videos are about. It's about sharing my experiences, my insights, my um, things that you come along with along the way in some years. And I have 63 years behind me, so I've seen some things and heard some things, and I hope some things can resonate with you. And but besides talking, I'm also always showing you in my videos the surroundings where I am at that moment, and most of the time it'll be the heathland or the forest. And but I promise myself soon I will also be heading for the seaside, and take my car and drive up there, and make some nice videos for you there as well. And well, saying that, I'm going to flip the screen now and going to talk more about the topic of stop seeing things through your pink glasses. And I hope you keep walking with me, and let's talk further on the other side of the screen. So, welcome at the other side of the screen. Glad you decided to take a walk with me here and talk about our pink glasses. We won't be really wearing sunglasses now, so that's not going to be the thing here. But it's the pink glasses that we wear, I believe, and that we sometimes have to take them off, because I think there comes a time, a moment in your life, and when things are shifting. Well, it's life, isn't it? Because things are always moving during life. That's life. But it doesn't have to be with drama, and it doesn't have to be with anger. And it can be with a kind of stillness inside of you that says, well, I think I'm finally seeing things for what they are and for as they are. And well, for years, maybe even decades, many of us walk around wearing wearing these soft, hopeful pink glasses. I think I've been a person like that as well at a certain time in my life. I must admit that. And it's a time that you want to see the best in people, and you want to believe them, and you want to trust this version that they present of themselves. But sometimes the right person in front of you looks so free and so confident and so, well, unapologetic. I like that word, as you probably gathered already from my titles. And but that you assume they are the real one, and the grounded one, and the intentional one. And I once loved someone like that. And he had this wild magnetic presence, and on stage he was a DJ, and on stage he was unstoppable, free spirited, expressive, almost larger than life. And I thought, oh, this is the real deal. This person is so authentic. And well, over time, I started to live together with that particular person. And I'm not here to bash any ex person of mine. I must say, an ex partner of mine. Far from it. It's just merely I want to talk about the topic of seeing things for what they are. So there's no intention here of making somebody else look bad here. That's not the thing. But as I said, over time of living together, I realized something that I never expected in my life, because that version of that person was merely a performance, and he actually was. It was like there were two people, and of course they weren't, and he wasn't schizophrenic or anything like that. But You have to see that he himself also didn't know he was putting on an act sometimes, even towards himself, and he was believing himself so strongly. So that makes it a little bit hard, actually. But the biggest surprise for me came that I wasn't the one pretending. And even though I thought sometimes I even looked up to him a little bit and said, "Wow, he's so authentic. How can you ever beat that if you want to beat that anyhow?" But I wasn't the one pretending, as I said. I was the one actually living more honestly, and I was the one really walking my truth and choosing intentionally and quietly and even consistently. I'm not a saint. I'm not saying that, but yet again, it's funny how long it can take to see something that obvious, you know, and because you're wearing those pink glasses and you don't see the contradictions clearly, and you explain them away and you soften the edges a little bit, not that the thing blow up too much, and you fill in your gaps with hope, and you make even excuses for them and for yourself, and until one day you're just gonna have to stop doing that. And it's not out of bitterness or not out of disappointment, I believe, but just out of clarity. You have to realize that, well, I think not even realize is the correct word, but you have to be brave enough to see things clearly. And you have to wake up a little bit because life does go on. And it's a pity if you're spending it with people or situations that are not really, really meant for you and not really, really are aligned with you. And you have to see the difference between those ones. And those ones, I mean to say, you have to see the difference between somebody who looks free and the one who lives actually free, who is from within free, and someone who performs this authenticity, and somebody who's really embodying it, and 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 someone who I believe who believes their own act. They believe their own act. You see, sometimes you see it when people are angry or people are reasoning, and they believe so strongly in what they perform and what they bring out to the outside world, and they really believe it. And but you can see for that person is not allowed at all, he or she, rather it can be a she of course as well. And then you realize your life has to become a whole lot easier the moment you let go of these pink glasses and see the person for who it is and who he is, or who she is rather. And when you finally see that and you have the courage to see it, and yeah, and really take action upon it as well, then you can really see who people really are, and what you really value. Because when you're young and you're in love and you just go with the flow, but you tend to let your values fade, and just everything is nice and perhaps in love, and it's all nice and well, but you have to see the real value again, and see what you value in life, and what actually matters to you, and where your path truly is. It saves you a lot of time and headache and heartache. I guess I wish somebody told me those things a lot of years before. Then I would have probably taken action earlier. But yeah, we all have our own path to walk, I suppose. So, but there's a part that brought me the most peace. Actually, I can say that it's when you don't need to judge anybody anymore, and then don't need to correct them anymore, or you don't have to save them, or fix the supposedly mismatch between the two of you. You can just choose something completely differently. You can choose your own path and your own pace and your own clarity if you're brave enough, and your own alignment. And I must say, alignment. I like the word also natural harmony to use for that. It's a blessing in disguise if you know how to achieve that. And so I believe being intentional, being a cold person or a calculated person. If you want to be intentional about something, it's not hard and it's not cold, as I said. It's just simply knowing I am the director of my own life. And if I'm brave enough to make choices, my choices, are shaping my reality, and I don't need the illusion to feel whole. It's just I just want to be whole, and I don't want it just to be an illusion. So I can only say this: that I believe that if you have the courage to take off your pink glasses, it really doesn't make life any harsher or harder. Ironically, actually, it makes it much more kinder and much more softer, because now you're walking forward, and you're being aware, and you're living really with open eyes, which is really a revelation, I can tell you. And you're walking it with yourself, and the self, the person you can trust, because you also don't have to act or perform towards yourself. Things are what they are, and it is what it is. And if you can deal with that and live with that and make up your choices and decisions on that, based on that, I think you're well on your way of becoming a very content, aligned, harmonic person. And with those kind of serious words, I still want you to have a great day, a bright day, whether the clouds are gray or not. You can also brighten your own day. I think it's lovely weather to go inside and in the house and light up some candles. But of course, everybody does what he does. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit this piece of forest that I've been showing you. And I'm posting daily on my videos on my YouTube channel here. And you can also subscribe to my channel. You can leave a thumbs up or leave a comment if you want. It's all up to you. And if you don't not into any of that, that's still fine too. I still wish you a very nice day. And I hope you take care of yourself. Take very good care of yourself and your loved ones. And I'll still be hoping to see you in my next video. Bye.